We have a friend. Hi, buddy. Okay, so today I am at my new house that we just closed on. It's in the West End of Toronto, and I'm gonna take you guys on a full journey of how we found this house, what we're gonna do to this house, give you really like behind the scenes access into what it looks like to work with an interior designer, a builder, everybody that kind of needs to come together to make a space really function as it should for a family. I'm so excited to show this to you guys. We ended up purchasing this house the day it came on the market. I say we, but it was actually my agent and I who came to see this house. We put in an offer. My husband did not see the house until after the offer was accepted and it was already ours. But that is a whole other story on its own. We've done a lot of projects together, him and I, and we've looked at a lot of houses. So there was kind of that trust that if I loved it and if our agent thought it was the right one too, then he just figured, okay, it's gonna work. And I know that is not usual, so yay, that's amazing. My husband and I sold our house in the East End of the city, end of 2023, and we hadn't bought anything, so we started the house hunt for a new place in the West End. We were gonna kind of shift across the city. And I had never spent any time in this particular neighborhood. I actually hadn't really spent any time in the West End of the city at all. So when it was kind of, you know, on the table to move out here, I was like, okay, I gotta go familiarize myself with these houses and the neighborhoods and all of that. We were looking at a really specific pocket. Yes, we're those parents that are like, school district matters. So that was actually like the biggest driver for us. And so there's a lot of features that I fell in love with in the house, most notably this incredible spiral staircase, which, controversial moment, it's actually coming out and we are not replacing it with more spiral stairs. So that is a whole kind of story in floor plan exercises and budgets and all of those things. I'll get into that so that you guys know what the reasoning was behind that. Really, everything else about this house, I was looking forward to modifying to make more sense for our family. The things that you can't change, the location, the lot, the neighborhood, all of those, it is what really sold us on this space, and now we get to transform it so that it works for our family. Take you on a little house tour. Come with me. We'll start in the living room, which is very large and actually takes up pretty much half of the main floor. So if the house was, you know, significantly bigger, a large living room would be awesome. But for the size of this house and what we need for our family, this living room is a little bit too big. Just did a transition. We took this fireplace off of the cleat, dropped it down on the floor. Here it is. And we found our first hidden treasure. Somebody maybe who used to live here. Wonder what else we'll find. So I'm gonna take you guys through to the back part where you can see everything that is needing to fit back here. We have a super large powder room. The powder room almost could fit a shower in it, it's so big. And I don't love that it's like right smack in the middle of the house. Then we have kind of the dining area, or at least this is how it was staged when we bought the home. This was the dining area. There was a sofa here kind of as the family room. And then we've got the kitchen over on this side. After working with our incredible architect who gave us different options for how we could reconfigure the space, was we are going to essentially take everything down and everything out. There's not that many walls, but still. And we are going to relocate the kitchen and a walk-in pantry kind of in the space that the kitchen and powder room are right now. The backyard. It's very pretty. We're gonna take most of it out except for this like gorgeous tree right in the center. I actually recently went on a trip to the Cotswolds, and while I've always been inspired kind of by European aesthetic, I really fell in love with the manicured gardens and the pea gravel. What we are going to do is take out everything that we can or that we need to here other than the trees, and we're gonna do more plantings, a little bit of a pea gravel kind of backyard area. If we can look at growing grass, then we'll do that. Otherwise, we are going for turf, which we've had before. And as long as you get one that looks realistic, it's great. And then we are going to tear out the deck that's already here and make it go across the entire length of the house. This is coming out. We are going to basically remove everything that you see here. We're gonna shift over the front entry closet to kind of right over there. And then the powder room's gonna be right behind. So we're gonna have a nice big open front entry, which is key. One of our last walks up these stairs before they come out and get relocated. We're gonna go up to the second floor where you're gonna see the PMD headquarters home office. This is gonna be my office. Had to kind of fight my husband on it. But this is gonna be the home office of PMD, keeping everything kind of intact structure-wise. We've got these beautiful quirky roof lines. Those are staying. The biggest thing that's gonna change in here though is the access. We're not gonna get to it from the landing of the stairs anymore. It's gonna have its own kind of separate staircase getting to it from the second floor, which is very cool and hopefully means that less people come and bother me during the day. So this is the biggest change of the house. This spiral staircase, which when I first saw, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, we're keeping it. It's coming out. This is the most controversial thing. And it's gonna be really interesting to see how people react, because when I originally posted it on my stories, people were like, oh my God, that staircase, it's so great. I agree, but it makes more sense for us to take it down, relocate, and then we've kind of got this whole second floor landing that's going to be usable instead of kind of fractured a little bit. We've got like weird things happening here. At first we were gonna do like built-ins, it was gonna have kids' homework station, it was gonna be, you know, we were gonna make the space work. But the more we looked at it, the more we just realized like, why is this here? And this is actually where the staircase to my office is going to start. We've got the room that my daughter picked as hers until she actually saw our room and then asked if she could have that room instead. We had to have a little chat with her about that. This is our son's room. So there's not too much happening to these bedrooms in terms of like reconfiguration or anything. We are going to remove all of this lovely carpet. Hardwood floors are gonna get laid down. The closets are gonna be modified a little bit, but for the most part, it's cosmetic. We have big changes coming to the primary suite, we'll call it. The first being that we are going to extend the hallway that leads into the primary bedroom. So instead of it being part of the like railings and staircase area in the hall, we're actually going to move up the entry. And then we're making lots of changes in here. So this closet is coming out. We're gonna do a his and hers walk-in closet on this side of the room. And when the house was staged, the bed was actually on this side. And I thought, why don't we switch it to this side? It makes more sense for the flow and how we wanted to lay things out. But we've got this lovely like 4-inch deep chimney stack that doesn't actually serve any purpose in this room other than it's the stack for the living room fireplace. So we're gonna do what's called furring out the wall. And that means essentially we're gonna build it out so that this goes away and the entire wall is flush, meaning that we will have kind of a flat wall for our headboard to go on. Right now we've got a pass-through walk-in closet and then a small but reasonable sized ensuite. Now that our closets are going to the other end of the bedroom, we are incorporating all of this walk-in closet space into the ensuite. I'm gonna take you guys upstairs. It is super hot in Toronto right now. I don't think the air conditioning is on in this house. So, as you see me start to glow, it's really just a thin layer of sweat. Come on up. The plan right now is to basically tear out kind of this whole portion of the roof and do what's called a dormer. So what that dormer is gonna allow us to have is more head height up here to be able to actually use this space. We love this space, we thought it was super cute, but really you can kind of only hang out like in the middle of it because then like I'm not that tall and right here is where I hit my head. So we are going to committee of adjustments to get kind of permit allowance to do dormers here. So this is all gonna come out and we are gonna put a guest room up here. We're gonna put a 3-piece bathroom kind of like in and around here. And then this whole space back here is gonna be kind of additional like kids rec room. We're also awaiting permits to allow us to dormer out this side as well. And the reason that we have to dormer this side is because we have the new stair location being shifted back. So this is actually where the stairs are gonna be. Haven't really decided what we're gonna do fireplace-wise downstairs yet, but the biggest things happening down here are relocating the bathroom that's currently here over to that side, moving the bedroom a little bit, and then we're really condensing this whole like laundry room, mechanical room. Laundry's moving upstairs to the second floor, so we can actually eliminate it altogether right now. Mechanical drawings are one of the most important things to do as early as possible, and that's because they really do affect the design of things. You gotta know where your bulkheads are going, you gotta know where your stacks are going. That's where all of your plumbing stacks, duct runs, all of those things are going to impact where you can put cabinetry, where you can put doors, where you can put pretty much anything. So it's nice to know those locations ahead of time. And then this is gonna be kind of the open rec room. We might put a gym down here. My husband is really gunning for like a 1 or 2 person sauna. He's very big into that. So that's probably something that we're gonna look into. I'll see if we can fit it. And then we're gonna have another guest room down here with a bathroom. Okay, so coming up, we've got a lot of exciting things happening. We've got demo starting on Monday. Then we are awaiting the zoning review for our drawings and then moving into committee of adjustments. So the next few weeks are gonna be crazy in here. It is going to look a lot different the next time I'm in here. All that's happening, I am gonna be working very, very hard to get this design plan together. I need to pick everything down to the light fixtures, the mirrors, the toilet paper holders, all of that, because our builder is gonna wanna know all of those details as soon as possible so that we can finalize pricing, finalize timelines, all of that. So my next few months are gonna be super busy getting everything ready so that when we do start construction in the fall, we've got all of the details nailed. Are you gonna pretty much let me do anything design-wise that I want?
As long as you put a gym and a sauna in the basement, you have full creative control.
Those are the only things? Okay, this is on camera. I will hold you to this.